Am sitting in a glass-walled office at First National Bank staring at a woman I've never met. Her nameplate says Patricia Kowalski, Senior Branch Manager. She's looking at her computer screen with an expression I can't quite read. Concern, maybe, confusion. Ms. Morgan, she says carefully, I need to ask you something. Did you authorize a withdrawal of $18,000 from your trust account in September? My stomach drops. What trust account? She turns the monitor toward me. There's my name, Morgan Ashley Marie, and beneath it a balance that makes my vision blur. Current balance, $34,000. Previous balance before withdrawal, $52,000. I've never seen this account before in my life. I don't understand, I whisper. Patricia's expression shifts, not confusion anymore, recognition, the look of someone who's seen this before. Ms. Morgan, who has access to your financial documents, I think about the envelope. The one my parents gave me when Grandpa died, the one they said contained a small savings bond, maybe $5,000 that I should let them handle because estate stuff was complicated. The one I signed without reading because I trusted them, that was 4 years ago. My parents, I say quietly. Patricia nods slowly. Write something down. I think we need to look at your account history. What she shows me in the next 10 minutes will destroy my family and rebuild my life. My name is Ashley Morgan. I'm 28 years old. And if you're watching this, please subscribe to Echo of Justice Stories and let me know where you're watching from. To understand how I ended up here in this office discovering money I didn't know I had was stolen by people I trusted completely, I need to take you back 4 years, to the day my grandfather died and my parents asked me to do them a small favor. I'm 24 years old, sitting in a lawyer's office 3 days after my grandfather's funeral. My parents are on either side of me. Mom, Jennifer, Dad, Robert, my older brother, Kyle, couldn't make it work thing. The lawyer, a silver-haired man named Donald Reeves, slides papers across his desk. Your grandfather's estate was fairly straightforward, he says. The house goes to your parents as outlined in the will. His investment accounts have been divided as follows. He reads through the list. My parents get the majority. That makes sense. He was their father-in-law, and to his grandchildren, Kyle Morgan and Ashley Morgan, he left his trust fund to be divided equally, $25,000 to each of you held in individual trust accounts until you turn 25, at which point you have full access. I blink. What? $25,000, Donald repeats. Your grandfather established these trusts when you were children. They've been growing ever since. I'm going to inherit $25,000 in 1 year. I look at my parents. My mother is smiling, but it's tight. My father is staring at the table. That's incredible, I say. It's a wonderful gift, Donald agrees. You'll need to sign some paperwork and, transfer the funds to accounts in your names. You won't be able to access them until your 25th birthday, but they'll be there waiting. I sign everything he puts in front of me. I'm too shocked to read the fine print. Grandpa left me $25,000 me. The girl working as a substitute teacher making $32,000 a year, living in a one-bedroom apartment with a roommate who steals my almond milk, $25,000. 1 week later, my parents invite me to dinner. Their house, my childhood home, we eat Mom's famous lasagna. We talk about Grandpa, about memories. It's nice, comfortable. Then over coffee, my dad clears his throat. Ashley, we need to talk to you about something. Okay. My mother reaches across the table, takes my hand. It's about Kyle, my brother. Age 29, married to Stephanie. 2 kids, works in sales but between jobs more often than not. What about him is in some trouble, Dad says, financial trouble. How much trouble he owes? About $4,000 credit cards, mostly, some personal loans. The interest is killing him. I wince. That's a lot. His drowning, Mom says. Her eyes are wet. He can't sleep. Stephanie is talking about leaving. The kids are suffering. My chest tightens. I love my niece and nephew. What can I do? My parents look at each other. Your inheritance, Dad says carefully. You're getting $25,000 next year when you turn 25. Right? Kyle gets the same amount, but he doesn't turn 25 for 4 more years. I'm starting to see where this is going. We were thinking, Mom says, what if you let us borrow your inheritance temporarily, just until Kyle turns 25 and gets his wed pay off his debt, get him back on his feet? Then when his money comes through, he'd pay you back every penny you want me to give Kyle my inheritance, not give Lind, temporarily, for 4 years. Wed put it in writing. Dad says quickly. A promissory note, legal binding, you'd get every cent back plus interest. I hesitate. I was planning to use that money for a down payment on a house, maybe grad school, and you still can. Mom says in 4 years, you're only 24, you have time, but Kyle needs help now, Dad adds. His family is falling apart. I look at both of them, my parents who put me through college, who helped me with rent when I was student teaching, who've always been there. Please, Ashley, Mom whispers, has your brother? I think about Kyle, about his kids, about family. Okay, I say, okay, 3 months later, my 25th birthday. I don't get a trust fund, I get a family dinner and a cake. The next day, my dad hands me an envelope. What's this? The promissory note, Kyle's signature, ours, yours. $25,000 to be repaid in full by September 2023 when Kyle receives his inheritance. With 3% interest, I look at the document. It looks official, legal. I sign it. My dad hugs me. You're saving your brother's life. You know that, right? I nod. I feel good. Like I did the right thing. I don't know it yet, but I just signed away everything. If you've ever trusted family with something valuable and had that trust broken, you know this sick feeling, the one that comes years later when you realize you were played. Drop a comment. What did you give up for family that you never got back? Because I gave up $25,000 and I didn't get it back for 4 years. But when I did, it was with interest. They never expected to pay. Year 1, I don't think about the money much. I'm busy. Working full-time as a teacher now. Dating someone, living my life. Kyle and Stephanie stay together. They move to a better apartment. Kyle gets a new job. Things seem better. At Thanksgiving, I ask him, how are the finances? Better. He says, getting there. Thanks again for helping out. Of course, we're family. He hugs me. Everything seems fine. Year 2, I'm 26 now. My boyfriend and I break up. I move into a new apartment alone this time. Rent is $1,400 a month. It's tight on a teacher's salary, but I manage. I start thinking about the money more, about what I could be doing with it. I could have bought a condo by now, could have started grad school. Instead, am paycheck to paycheck, waiting for Kyle to get his inheritance so I can get mine back. I mention it to my mom during a phone call. Mom, Kyle's money comes through next year, right? When he turns 25, actually, honey, he doesn't turn 25 for 2 more years. He is 27 now, my brain stutters. Wait, how old was he when I gave him the money? 25. So he already had access to his trust. Pause too long. Well, yes, technically, but he'd already spent it on the debt. So where did my $25,000 go? To pay off his debt, like we said. But if he had his own $25,000, Ashley, it's complicated. The important thing is Kyle is doing better. Something feels wrong, but I don't push it. Not yet. Year 3. I'm 27. I meet someone new. His name is Marcus. He's a financial advisor. We're having coffee when he asks about my finances, retirement planning, savings. I had some money from my grandfather, I say, but I loaned it to my brother. How much? $25,000. He nearly spits out his coffee. I'm sorry. What? My brother needed help. I'm getting it back next year. Do you have that in writing? Yeah. A promissory note. Can I see it? I dig it out of my files. Haven't looked at it in 3 years. Marcus reads it. His expression shifts. Ashley, this isn't notarized. What does that mean? It means it's not legally binding. Anyone can type up a document and sign it without a notary or a lawyer. This is basically worthless. My stomach drops, but my dad said, your dad isn't a lawyer. If your brother decides not to pay you back, you'd have a hard time enforcing this. Hell, pay me back. As my brother Marcus hands the paper back. I hope you're right. That night, I can't sleep. I start doing math. Kyle was 25 when I gave him the money, which means he already had access to his trust. If he used his $25,000 to pay off debt and then took my $25,000, where did that money go? I call my brother the next morning. Hey, Kyle, quick question. When you got your trust fund, what did you do with it? Paid off debt, like we talked about? All of it, most of it. Why? So you still have some left? No. It's gone, but you got $25,000 and you borrowed another $25,000 from me. That's $500,000. How much debt did you have? Silence. Kyle, I don't think that's any of your business. Ash, you borrowed my entire inheritance. It's absolutely my business. Look, I gotta go. We'll talk later. He hangs up. I call my mom. Mom, I need the truth. How much debt did Kyle actually have? Ashley, why are you digging into this? Because the math doesn't add up. He had a lot credit cards loans. How much exactly? I don't have the exact figure, Mom. She sighs around 6,000, 6,000, not 5,000, not even 100,000, 6,000, Mom. Where did the rest of the money go? I don't know. You'll have to ask Kyle. I do ask Kyle. He doesn't answer my calls for 2 weeks. Year 4, I'm 28. It's September 2023. The month the promissory note says I get paid back. I text Kyle, hey, just checking in. The note says repayment is due this month. He responds 6 hours later. Yeah, about that, I need more time. My heart sinks. How much time? A few more months. Things have been tight, Kyle. It's been 4 years, I know. I'm sorry. In working on it, I call my parents, has not paying me back. My dad sighs, has trying Ashley, be patient. I've been patient for 4 years. Where's my money? It's not that simple. It's exactly that simple. I gave him $25,000. I want it back. He doesn't have it. Then where is it? My father's voice gets hard. You're being selfish. He's your brother. Family helps family. I did help for 4 years. Now I need help. Well, figure it out. He hangs up October 2023. I'm scrolling through Facebook. Kyle posts a photo. Him and Stephanie on a beach. Blue water, white sand. Caption celebrating 10 years in paradise. Maldives, Erztius anniversary, the Maldives. My brother who doesn't have the money to pay me back is in the Maldives. I screenshot it. Send it to my parents. Really, my mom calls. It was a gift from Stephanie's parents. That's convenient. Ashley, please don't make this ugly. I'm not making it anything. I just want what I'm owed. You'll get it. Eventually, when he has it, and when will that be? She doesn't answer. I meet with Marcus, show him everything, the promissory note, the text, the Facebook post. I think I've been scammed. I say, he doesn't disagree. You need a lawyer. They're my family. They stole from you. The word lands like a punch. Stole. What do I do? Find out if the money actually exists. If your grandfather really left you $25,000, there should be a record, a trust account, something. How do I find that? Start with the bank listed on your grandfather's estate documents. I dig out the old papers from the lawyer First National Bank. The next day, I make an appointment, November 3rd, 2023. I walk into First National Bank at 10 UAM and wearing my teaching clothes, cardigan slacks. Trying to look professional, I ask to speak to someone about a trust account. They direct me to Patricia Kowalski, Senior Branch Manager. What can I help you with? She asks. My grandfather passed away 4 years ago. I was told I inherited a trust fund, but I never got access to it. I am trying to figure out if it exists. Do you have account information? No. Just his name, Robert Morgan Sr. She types, clicks, her eyebrows raise. I do see a trust established by Robert Morgan Sr. 2 beneficiaries, Kyle Morgan and Ashley Morgan. My heart pounds. Can you tell me if the money is still there? I'll need to verify your identity first. I hand over my license, social security card, proof of address. She types more, then stops. Ms. Morgan. I'm seeing something unusual here. What? There are 2 accounts. One under Kyle Morgan's name and one under yours. I have an account here. Yes. A trust account established in 2019 when you turned 25. How much is in it? She turns the monitor toward me. Current balance, $34,000. I can't breathe. That's my money. It appears so. But there's been activity on the account. Let me pull the history. She clicks through screens. Okay. Initial deposit in September 2019, $25,000. Growth over 4 years due to investments managed by the trustee brought it to approximately $52,000 by September 2023. $52,000. I was supposed to have $500,000. What happened to the rest? Patricia's expression darkens. There was a withdrawal. September 15th, 2023, $18,000. Who withdrew it? She clicks the authorized trustee. Robert Morgan Jr. My father. He withdrew $18,000 from my account. Yes, with a signed authorization form. I never signed an authorization form. Patricia looks at me. Really looks. Ms. Morgan. Do you have access to your estate documents from 2019? Yes, I think you should review them. Carefully, I go home, Pull out every paper from that lawyer's office. 4 years ago. I read them this time, every word. Page 17, Section 4, Trustee Authorization. The undersigned beneficiary grants Robert Morgan, Jr., Father, temporary trustee status for the management and distribution of trust funds until the beneficiary's 30th birthday, at which point full control reverts to the beneficiary. I signed this. I gave my father control of my money until I turned 30. That's 2 more years. But here's the thing, the account still has $34,000 in it, which means my parents lied. They told me I was giving the money to Kyle, that I wouldn't have access until Kyle paid me back. But the money was always mine. In an account I could have accessed. They just didn't tell me it existed. I call the lawyer Donald Reeves. Mr. Reeves, I have questions about my grandfather's trust. Of course, Ms. Morgan. I signed documents giving my father trustee status. Does that mean he can withdraw money without telling me? He's supposed to act in your best interest. Withdrawals should be documented and justifiable. What if they're not? Then you may have grounds for a legal claim. What do I do? Document everything, then consider removing him as trustee. Can I do that? It's your money, Miss Morgan. Yes. November 10th, I go back to First National. Patricia has prepared paperwork. This removes your father as trustee and grants you full control. I sign it. My hand is shaking. What about the $18,000 he took? You can file a complaint, possibly pursue legal action. He's my father, I understand, but it's your money. I think about the Maldives photo, the 4 years of waiting, the lies. File the complaint. November 15th, I call a family meeting, my parents' house. I arrive with a folder, inside bank statements, withdrawal records, and the original trust documents. My parents are in the living room. Kyle is there too. He looks uncomfortable. What's this about? My dad asks. I sit down. Put the folder on the coffee table. I went to the bank. My mother's face goes pale. I know about the account. The one you never told me about, Silence Ashley, my dad starts. I gave you control of my trust because you said it was complicated, that I needed help. Managing estate stuff, but you didn't manage it. You stole from it. We didn't steal, my mom says, we borrowed. You took $18,000 without asking me. We were going to pay it back. When no answer, I look at Kyle. Did you get any of that money? He won't meet my eyes. Some. How much? $6,000. For the debt I turned back to my parents, so where's the other $12,000? My father's jaw tightens. We had expenses. What expenses? The house needed a new roof. Your mother's car died. We had medical bills. So you stole from me to pay for your life. We raised you. My mother shouts, we put you through college. We gave you everything and I am grateful, but that doesn't give you the right to take my inheritance. My father stands, you're being ungrateful. In being stolen from were your parents and your daughter, not your ATM. Kyle finally speaks, Ash. I didn't know they took that much, but you knew they took some. He nods, ashamed. You all lied to me for 4 years. I stand up, walk to the door. Ashley, where are you going? My mom asks. I've removed Dad as trustee. The account is in my control now, and I've filed a complaint with the bank. If you want to avoid legal trouble, you'll pay back the $12,000 you stole. You have 60 days. My father laughs. We don't have $12,000. Then sell something. Downsize, figure it out. You had 4 years to spend my money. You have 60 days to return it. I leave behind me. I hear my mother crying. I don't look back. December 2023, my parents hire a lawyer. Try to claim the withdrawal was authorized. My lawyer, a sharp woman named Michelle Torres, destroys that argument in one letter. Trustee status requires acting in the beneficiary's best interest. Personal expenses do not qualify. Return the funds or face a lawsuit. January 2024. My parents sell their timeshare, the one they bought 3 years ago, for $9,000. They take out a personal loan for the remaining $3,000. On January 15th, $12,000 is deposited back into my account. Total balance $46,000, not the $52,000 it should have been, but close. My lawyer sends one more letter, Ms. Morgan is entitled to the growth her funds would have earned. An additional $6,000 is owed. My parents pay it in installments over 6 months. By July, my account has $52,000. Everything I was supposed to have. My relationship with my parents is broken. We don't speak for 8 months. Kyle reaches out in March. I'm sorry. I didn't know how bad it was. You knew enough. Can we fix this? I don't know. We're not there yet. Maybe someday. August 2024, I buy a house, a real house, 3 bedrooms, a yard, $28,000 cash offer. I enroll in grad school, Columbia Masters in Education, $4,000 a year. I put the rest in investments managed by Marcus, who's now my boyfriend. I'm 29 years old, and for the first time in 5 years, my future belongs to me. September 2024, my mother calls first time since January, Ashley. Hi, Mom, I wanted to say, I'm sorry, Silence. I know we hurt you. Your father and I, we were wrong. Yes, you were. Can you forgive us? I think about it. Really think I don't know. But maybe someday that's more than I deserve. Yes, it is. We hang up, it's not forgiveness, but it's not hatred, it's something. I'm still figuring out. I keep the trust documents, all of them, the original one, the one I signed without reading, the revised one, the one I signed with my eyes open. I frame them side by side in my home office, a reminder of what I lost when I trusted blindly and what I gained when I started asking questions. People ask me if I regret confronting my parents. They ask if I feel guilty for destroying the family. I didn't destroy anything. I just stopped letting them destroy me. My advice, if you're in a similar situation, read everything you sign, every word, every line. If someone asks you to give them control of your money temporarily, ask why family doesn't mean free access to your life. Trust once broken must be earned back, not assumed. If you're watching this and someone in your family has ever asked you to help out financially, to just sign here to trust them with something valuable. Be careful. Not everyone who loves you has your best interests at heart. Sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who hurt you most, not because they're evil, but because they think love gives them permission. It doesn't. That's my story. Now I have a question for you. What's the most expensive lesson a family member ever taught you? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story reminded you that your assets are yours to protect, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Check the description for more stories like this from Echo of Justice Stories. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Your inheritance, whether it's money, time, or trust, belongs to you. Don't let anyone take it.